Community Recreation Commission meeting for Thursday, May 1st. We will call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. If everyone would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great, thank you. No additions or deletions to the agenda. With that, I would need a motion to accept the agenda as submitted.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Madam Secretary Kearney sent the minutes out from the April 3rd meeting. I hope everybody got a chance to read them. With that, I would need a motion to accept the minutes as approved or submitted.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, opposed? Motion carries. Any presentations tonight? As she looks away. All right, we're good. Any public comment? No? All right. That brings us to action items. Are we doing this in the right order? How is that action items?
That's
I mean,
how
I'm
it's,
sorry.
no, that's how they have it set up.
Okay.
Yep. They did move some things around. I don't know if it was Brian, but.
Brian did, okay.
Yeah.
Our first action item is to vote and approve the purchase of the double pane windows for the Red Barn at Centennial Farm. I think the amount should have been in there, but Ash is gonna update us on that. Yeah, we need a motion,
And then we'll discuss.
and then we'll discuss, a motion. Jameson, did we do a motion first and then discuss?
You need, well, did you make a motion when you read it?
I need a
Here,
motion.
I move to approve the purchase of double pane windows for the Red Barn at Centennial Farms. And then you need a second.
I'll second it.
So now we
Okey-dokey.
can discuss it.
Now discussion. Thanks, Jameson.
So I did have a question. Is this the only quote we received? Is this a single quote?
Did we go out for RFPs for this?
I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you.
It doesn't go off the page.
Why not?
I would assume that knowing Zeta usually goes out to bid for everyone, and then obviously this either A, this was the only one, or B, this was the best choice.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions? Paresh on this? We're gonna do a roll on this?
Is there any?
I mean, I can tell you without knowing whether there was multiple bids or if this is the
Yeah.
best bid or anything else, I'm going to vote against this.
Okay.
Is there anything else, Ash, you needed to talk about for this?
It really, Zeta did not give me any information, I'll be honest. He just told me to print this off and bring it in.
I know when I talked to him, he had said that this bid was higher than what he had, higher than what was allotted, but then the insulation was lower, so it kind of balanced out.
I'll say with the insulation, originally, then I do know enough is that we were gonna get a company, but it was gonna be like 30,000, something wild, like an insane amount. So instead, we just are gonna get our own supplies, and our maintenance team will take the time to work on it, which we're just doing, I think just metal sheets, really, just for the insulation, which is a lot easier and a lot cheaper, like thousands of dollars cheaper.
And I had brought this up to Zaid multiple times that I think he needs to go back and look at that and see exactly what we are responsible for as wear and tear and because there's other things that are going to come in front of this commission as far as that farm goes and things that need fixed, like horse stalls, et cetera, et cetera. Zaid said that by fixing this stuff, it would be better.
Well, for future.
So I will say this, this was an item that has been needing to be fixed since Kim was in existence. So
Okay.
what, 2 years, 3 years? So it's been a long time coming that this had been approved because it was in our previous, it's in our lease agreement that we need to repair this. It's actually in our agreement.
Thank you.
It's part of our agreement, just so you guys know.
As far as
Wow,
prices,
I guess she told me on that.
No,
No, it's
sorry.
good. No. It's just, it seems like there's just some normal wear and tear and things going on over there that,
I mean, I'll be honest, it's been like that for years. It's us trying to, do a good 5-6 year catch up within a year and a half that we've been here. And so everything's happening at once. So obviously it's going to look difficult spending all this money because we're just trying to catch up. And I think this is the biggest project that it is needed.
Yeah, I'm just saying if there's something like a horse stall that's being chewed on from a horse or something like that.
I would say I think that's just more of like a just shoot maintenance to text like, hey, can you guys fix this, compared to like an
No,
actual large project.
I will say that in our lease, when we approved it, it does outline all of that we are responsible for all of that. That's why our lease, I did not feel was the best at the time, but
I think it's
neither here nor there.
I think it's the same thing with the tipsy fish.
But that's where we're at right now. So for me, when we go out for bid again, then maybe at that point we can come up with a better way to handle things, if it makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's the same area with like the tipsy fish. When something happens, we're in charge of fixing it, or at least calling companies to come over and figure it out what's going on.
As far as prices go, this isn't a bad price. As someone who just did windows on their house, I paid a lot more for. Huh?
No, there's somebody out there. Oh. All right, well, good. With that, Eileen, how do you vote?
I'm in favor of it.
Yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay. Nay, so?
Can't.
I'll vote yes.
Reluctantly, and that's all right. I get it. Stacy?
Yes.
I'll give it a yes. Wendy? Yes. Jameson, I know you said nay.
Nay.
So we got a nay and a reluctant.
Sound like a horse, Jameson.
That's the sound. Hey, Ash, before I bring this to the board, I'm going to need like the history, the bid package, the other bidders.
I would say I can tell Zaid, like I'm left out of the dark in this one. I'll be honest.
Okay. Well, just let Zaid know that
Yeah.
the board is never going to approve a single bidder with a local business and none of the other documents.
Right.
So,
I'm sure he does have it, but I still have access.
Okay.
But yeah, I can let him know.
And that was my question. I mean, so, okay, the motion does carry, but to recommend to the township board about this, that was my thing too. It seems like sometimes some of these companies just have a hold on us that they think they need to get these gigs and stuff.
So I think what happens is that when you have a company that does business with you repeatedly, they end up being cheaper. I mean, there's certain businesses that have reputations. Obviously, if it's for a big project, get multiple bids. But I feel like on regular issues, usually you have one set of people that you go to for those things that are small.
I'm pretty confident, legally speaking, we have to get multiple bids as a government.
Yeah, I would say once it hits a certain price that we do legally.
I'm just saying, I'm sure there was. I'm
Yeah.
just saying we need it to deliberate at the board level or they're going to
Right.
reject it.
Yeah.
We good? The next one's pretty easy. I would put a motion out there to vote and approve our new Recreation Commissioner member, Tawana Babs. You met her, I think it was 2 meetings ago, or was it last month she was here?
Second.
Yeah.
Second meeting it was, or your second the motion?
Well, you said I'm making a motion, right? So I'm seconding it.
All right. Any discussion about bringing Tawana on? All right. Eileen?
Yay.
Naso?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
Yay for me. Wendy? Yes. Jameson?
Yes.
All right. Welcome, Tawana. I know you volunteered on the Island Fest volunteer site, so you will see you. Yeah, yeah. She was one of the
So,
first ones to sign it. Oh,
like
yeah.
you were stumbling your
Oh,
words.
motion carries. Not yet. Any discussion items you guys want to talk about?
I was going to bring up Island Fest since we're in the throes of bridge trauma presently. How much, I mean, it's probably hard to capture, right? But do you remember how much were you able to calculate how many people, I guess you could maybe kind of figure out who's off island by who didn't show up during the previous bridge closure? Like, how
No.
much of a hit are we taking, do you know?
The last one was we were just coming out of COVID,
That's right.
and we didn't have rides. We had bouncy houses. Nothing says let's put 20 kids in a bouncy house coming out of COVID, right? But
But it was a good.
did it, and it was one of the most well-attended festivals we've had.
Okay.
So it's really hard to calculate that because we don't charge for parking. we have so many entrances to get to into this festival that it's kind of hard. They did, the police department one year during the fireworks,
Counted cars.
they counted cars. They flew a drone over the parking lot across the street. They estimated 2.5 people per car, and there was like 18,000 people on a Saturday here, a Saturday night.
Okay. All right.
So, and then last year, when we had the controversial drone show, they estimated another 12 to 13,000 out here hanging out and stuff. I don't know how they do it.
So maybe we won't take a big hit because of the bridge closure then,
Well, I was at the church sale this morning.
It was packed. At least the
It
East
was
River
really busy.
Okay.
And I asked the ladies, I said, how's the traffic been in here? And they said, it's been really steady, which is a good thing to hear. If there's a will, there's a, I know you were there too. Where are you? Yeah. I'm not going to see who I saw there and didn't. Because no. Right. But they did add a third day this year. They used to just be Friday, Saturday, and now they have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, yes, I had Bridge and Island Fest in my chairman's report, sir, but
Okay.
touched on that, yeah. So fingers crossed, where there's a will, there's a way. People just need to be patient, just come over there. I do remember one year that was it the COVID year or something where there was like an hour wait to get over for the fireworks, and we
Yeah.
were worried about the VIP area because there were a lot of people that bought tickets that couldn't get over yet. So they just, and we'll pound social media with be patient, give yourself extra time to get here, and
Leave early.
leave early and that kind of stuff. So
It's the only festival that weekend, isn't it?
it is, yeah, because usually the Grand Prix
Grand
is
Prix
that
is usually
weekend,
that weekend,
but the
yeah.
Grand Prix I believe is into June now.
I think they'll draw more Roseville people than many.
Yeah.
Right. There's nothing else to do.
All right.
So they're all gonna show up for that.
We pulled back on certain things we ordered, like spirits. We went down to 4 types instead of 20 and, that kind of stuff. And the lemonade. Is he listening to me or no?
I'm listening.
All right. And then, yeah, so, all right. All right, is that anybody else discussion items? Chairperson's report. All right. This lady sitting to my left, which would be your right, don't tell me shush, was nominated from the Rotary. Wendy McLaughlin Kearney is our 2025 Citizen of the Year. Yay. Quit kicking me under the counter. So I want to congratulate her with that. Like Jameson brought up, Island Fest is May 30, 31, June 1. If you go to Sign Up Genius, Stacy's added a couple more slots. Yeah, time slots, greeting slots.
Decorating, and then also if you want to help with the parade, I'll just touch on that since Marissa's not here. We did add we need 2 people to assist with the lineup for the parade at the high school on Saturday morning. So that was added, and then also to decorate the bar area was added, and then what else? I think that was it.
Well, we always need help with setup and tear down.
Yes.
I think you added some for pipe and drape or something.
Pipe and drape to assist with the Builders Club on Wednesday, is it?
Yeah.
So, because we are short a few people this year, so we just need extra adults on hand if that's possible. Thank you.
And then there has been a lot of discussion about the bridge closure, which we just touched on. Contrary to what you've heard, we will have rides. We have been discussing this. I've been in touch with Supervisor Porcerelli, Township Manager Derek Thiel. Since December, we've been discussing this. We've talked to Skirbick Family Carnival. They know what's going on. And so, yeah, just come on down and help celebrate this great event, our biggest community event. And to the keyboard warriors, we hope to see you too. So thank you. And that concludes my report. Zaid's not with us, the director, so our assistant director Ash is going to give a update about the hiring pool, what you got going on.
Wow, this thing is better than my mic over there. So we have just about finished interviews. I might be hiring at least one more swim instructor, but otherwise camp counselors have been hired. Message just went out to all of the staff for the pool. They have all been hired. The main date to open the pool is June 16th, which is also the same day as summer camps. We are going to try and do it possibly a week sooner the biggest reason is it just depends on the kids that I have. If I have, mainly high schoolers who are sophomores, juniors, they're still in school. They can't obviously go down. But this year I do have at least half of the staff that are there are returning staff members who are either seniors or in college, so they should be out by then. Obviously, with the numbers though, it would have to be shorter days. So Monday through Friday might be like a 1 to 6 rather than like early morning, 10 to 7 on a Saturday. The hours might be shorter, but we can still at least open the pool. So I'm going to have orientation next week. It's still up for discussion to see if we can open sooner. But otherwise, we're, basically on track to get everything set up.
So you said the 16th?
Yeah, the 16th is like the main public opening, yes, of June.
So, because we normally have the end of the year
Right. end of
pool
the year
party
school
for the
party.
kids.
Right.
Are we still doing that? That would be
Yes.
the 12th.
The day that the company is coming to start opening the pool is June 2nd.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so yes, the
As long
pool.
as it's ready for the 6th.
Yes, the pool parties, all I need is about 5 people. So, and I have at least 8 or 9 college or senior individuals who will be out of school.
So we're still doing the end of the year school party for the island? Because usually the last day of school, we have the end of the year school party for so that's the 12th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I see, there's college kids home already.
Right. I would say there's still a couple that aren't. I know there's one that I've hired from Aquinas that isn't back home for another 2 weeks. So it just depends on the school really and where they are. But most are just about here, yes.
Okay.
Do you have, we can talk about that later. All right, is that it, Ash?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. When does the kids camp start?
Same day as the supposed day of the pool is the 16th of
16th,
June.
all right.
Yep.
Jameson Township Board Liaison.
Okay, so the big thing at the board level is the bridge, and has been for a little while now. I've gotten some reports of people being delayed up to probably close to an hour at the busiest. Which honestly, if you remember the previous closures, isn't that bad for opening day of
Right.
bridge shenanigans. I think the biggest thing and the number one thing slowing people down is people using credit cards and cash to cross the bridge, right? Because it constricts down to one lane when you turn off Jefferson onto the access road to the bridge. So if there's enough cars backed up going through the pay lane, it results in a backup that goes all the way back to the light. Also, I think maybe they could make some improvements with the light timing, so I plan on talking with Derek about that. We didn't have a second meeting this month, so I don't have anything new to report regarding the second meeting in April, and our next meeting is the 12th. That's all I have.
Thanks, Jameson. I guess I know this is a Riverview thing, but is anything being done about the condition of that road when you leave the island between the bridge and Jefferson?
So there's been offers made historically to repair the section of the road leading up to the bridge. It's a Riverview road. It's not a Wayne County road. I know even Paul Smoke, when he owned the bridge company, offered to have it paved just to kind of take care of the problem, and they weren't interested in it. So unfortunately, I just don't think it's a big push for Riverview to repair that small section of road that is so seldom used by an actual taxpayer of Riverview. So, and we'll talk with them some more about it.
Well, the boat launch is there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the 3 trucks that use it probably want to use a nicer road.
Yeah, I mean, I see that boat launch filled a lot.
Oh, is it?
Especially with all the the fishing and everything going on, yeah. So, all right, interesting. Well, that's something you can handle at your fancy board meetings.
Yeah, and I have a buddy that's on Riverview, I guess city council, so I can reach out to him.
Sweet. All right, sir, thank you. All right, commission members. Eileen, what you got for us?
Marissa and I are working on the next round of welcome baskets for the newcomers. So we should be delivering those soon. Other than that, nothing.
I see a lot. You've gotten a lot of cool stuff from a couple different things like coffee mugs and
We
fly
do.
swatters and
We do. A lot of businesses are hopping on, which is great.
So remember, you can always check that out and donate if you have a business that you would like to put something in our welcome basket. They go out every month. Thanks, Eileen. Kevin Naso.
Yep, we've already talked about the Island Fest, but don't forget Island Cup 2025. It sounds like the turnout's going to be just as big as years past, which will also help with the turnout for the carnival because people will probably not leave the island.
Right.
Hence, they have to pay $6 multiple times or whatever the fee is. So your turnout might be a little bit bigger with the kids and the adults sticking around and hitting the carnival.
I think the restaurants should be happy too. They should all be popping too for that
Yep.
weekend too. So
That's all I got.
thanks, Kevin. Stacy.
I've got nothing today.
All right. Should we go with the students? Alex, you want to go first, please?
The middle school book fair is coming up. It is the week of May 12th to the 16th. The middle school band and choir will be going to Cedar Point on Friday, May 16th. On our way, we do stop off at the University of Toledo to perform in front of band and choir music professors. Following our performances, they offer feedback and spend time working with both groups. Congratulations to the GIMS Innovation Group, Lure Caddy. We're thrilled to announce that Sonny Gandy, Wyatt Thiel, Reed Van Nord, and Matteo Parisi with their invention Lure Caddy took first place at the Invention Convention. At the Invention Convention Wayne County State Region competition. They move on to states which is this month. The rec lacrosse continues to practice on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays behind the middle school. You can still sign up if you are interested in playing, or if you want to come out to check it out, feel free to show up at a practice.
Thanks. What was that invention called that those guys had?
The
Is that the one called Dingleberries?
Yeah, they invented a lure caddy they could put on their bike
Oh,
to
Alex,
hold
you
stuff.
changed.
Sorry, well,
Just kidding.
so they put it on their bike because
Oh.
a lot of kids like to bike to fish, and so that was their big.
And Alex,
invention.
I hear you're in lacrosse now too.
I am.
Nice. And what a good guy you are on the riding your bike to practice. I see you practicing all the safety precautions on East River Road and coming down Macomb Street. So we appreciate that. Are you good? Mm-hmm. Emma?
Okay, I'll start off strong. Into the Woods was a great success and such an amazing experience for not only me, but like the entire cast as a whole. And we were so devastated to see it come to an end. And we're like counting down the days until next show. Spring sports just started up, so make sure to come and support your local varsity teams. Wellness Day is tomorrow, May 2nd from 8 to 2 at the high school. And it's just like a mental health day. And we're going to have a bunch of activities, and we'll have Kona Ice and Traveling Tim's, so make sure to bring a little bit of money so you can buy from those food trucks. And then student council elections are coming up. Applications are due Monday, May 5th. So it's a great opportunity to get involved with school and, events that are hosted throughout it. And my final statement, which is the most important one, is that summer is coming. We're almost there. So...
What is what is the purpose of picking school? What was it? The council this late in the year? Is that for next year?
It's for next year, yeah.
Oh, so you
so
pick
it's like
them
you
now.
apply this year and you get interviewed, and then your class votes on who they want for their board.
They get picked this year.
Yes.
And then okay, good to know.
You can start working over the summer.
Thank you.
Yeah, if they choose to.
All
There's no
right.
rest time.
You were amazing.
Thank you
I
so
mean, it was
much.
just, I get butterflies still when I walk in that school, but that's another story. But to go and see Emma and your cast perform, it's just, she had the lead as Rapunzel. So reputed the beauty, let your hair down. However that goes. All right. Wendy.
All right. So I think that's a little different, yeah. I just wanted to take a minute to recognize and thank all three of our principals here at Roseville Township Schools. Today is National School Principals Day, so a big thank you to Dr. Carter at the high school, Emily Teen at the middle school, and Nicole Garza, who's a principal at both Park Lane and Meridian. We appreciate each of you, and thank you for all you do for the students, staff, and parents. Tomorrow is School Lunch Hero Day. And so thank you for all our amazing kitchen staff. We truly appreciate all that you do. Park Lane and Meridian are excited as they have 2 fun-filled assemblies this month. Basketball Jones is coming, and Science Alive. And I love Science Alive because they actually go into each individual classroom and bring in different animals that the kids can actually, hold or pet or what have you. So it's a very hands-on assembly. So thank you so much to PAT for funding these 2 events. And then Field Day is right around the corner for Park Lane and Meridian. Meridian's is on Wednesday, May 28th, and Park Lane's is on Thursday, May 29th. Builders Club has partnered with Gleaners and Children's Hospital of Michigan to host a cereal drive during the month of May. We're collecting boxes of cereal to help feed those students that count on breakfast at school each day and won't get that during summer vacation. There are collection bins in all 4 schools, so please send in your cereal. I wanted to take a moment to say, in regards to the play, what an amazing job that the high school did for the play Into the Woods last week. I had the privilege of going to all 3 performances, and honestly, it just got better and better with each performance. And then, of course, our very own Emma was Rapunzel and did a phenomenal job. So thank you to all that came out to support the play, and then great job, Mr. Ramirez, because he was the director. And then Miss Seguin, too. She was the assistant. They both definitely worked very well together. The 2025 senior class is winding down. Our school is winding down for them. Graduation is Thursday, May 29th. Congratulations to all 115 graduating seniors. Best of luck as you start this new chapter. And then I just wanted to take a minute to send out a huge thank you to Kiwanis, Rotary, and the DDA for once again sponsoring the senior banners that are hung up and down Macomb. It is such a great thing to see as you drive to Kroger or head to the bakery, and what a perfect, great keepsake for each senior. Banners are up and will remain up until after Island Fest, and then once they're down, we'll announce a day that the banners can be picked up at the high school. I usually do it on a Saturday. And then our spring garage sale is right around the corner, Friday, May 23rd, and Saturday, May 24th from 9 to 4. You can register at grosealrecreation.org, or Township Hall has forms that you can fill out and submit to Margie. The deadline to be included in the map is Friday, May 9th. And then we are kind of winding down with the after-school classes, but we still have a few. So we do have Mosaic Art, which is at Park Lane, and that's going to start on May 5th. Minecraft Playdate Club, which is May 15th at Park Lane. And then also we have an Outdoor Adventure Club, which is going to start on the 21st. And again, that's at Park Lane. And then I just wanted to say last Saturday we had the Mother-Daughter Tea event at the farm, which I thought was a really fun event. Everything seemed to turn out great. So thank you to all the moms and the daughters that came out for that event. And that's all I have.
Oh, good. Thank you. Did I mention the podcast on camera, or is that before we started? Wendy and I, the township is starting a new communications commission, I guess, or something. But we hosted the Groseal Let's Talk About It today with our deputy clerk, because he corrected me. He's the deputy clerk, not just the clerk. Thank you, Brian Friel. That I guess they're going to be doing it for different community or different people in the township and commissions and stuff. But Wendy and I got to host it. We were the guinea pigs for that. It was a lot of fun. Tomorrow it will be streaming on all kinds of platforms like Facebook and Apple TV, Apple something, YouTube, and there's another one you mentioned too. So Spotify, yeah. Big time. So check that out. Let's Talk About It. Groseal is a brand new streaming platform for our podcast for the island. And with that, I would just like to remind everybody to go to the grosealislandfest.com website and sign up. Island Fest is May 30, 31, June 1. We're going to have a really good time. Any closing comments from Eileen? Kevin? Stacy? Wendy?
Nope, we'll see everybody at Island Fest.
Alex?
Nope.
Emma?
Almost summer.
Jameson?
Nope. I'm
Ash?
Nope.
With that, I'd like to adjourn the meeting at 6:29. I need a motion.
So move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Take time to volunteer for your community.